Yeah, I still got 6 viewers. Hey everybody, sorry, my live stream cut out. I'm back. She just gave me wonderful oil. What is your name?
Lexi.
Lexi is awesome. You're awesome.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
Like your dreads.
Thank you. How long have you been growing yours?
Days.
7 years. Okay. Yeah. So I'm back, and we're back here at the White House. Hi everybody. Sorry about the sudden drop. My phone's actually at like less than 20%, so if my phone dies again, that's pretty much what happened. My phone died. Huh? Yeah, here.
Okay, Johnny. Can you see him?
Hi.
Frozen? Frozen. He says now it's off.
Right now it's still going. 6 viewers. It's going 108, 107.
Okay. Are you good now?
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. We are men and women of the 99%. Many of us have spent months at Occupy Wall Street and at other occupations across the country and around the world. We are here tonight to report on the state of the 99% in America. Never in our lifetimes have so many hard-working Americans faced so many difficulties and so many uncertainties and so many indignities. Americans of the Occupy movement are from all walks of life. People like Mediavella? Is that how you pronounce this name? Anyway, Jose Mediavella from Virginia, a Marine vet who can't find a job. He joined us in the streets and says he now feels like he's serving his country. People like Lillian Lifender, a 92-year-old grandmother from New York. She joined us in the streets and says she doesn't have enough money to buy fruits and vegetables. People like the retired police captain Ray Lewis from Pennsylvania. He joined us in the streets to say criminals must be persecuted too, or corporate criminals must be persecuted too. We will not give up. We will reclaim our democracy. We will take inspiration from the brave Americans who came before us, from Dr. King, who gave his life fighting for economic justice, from the suffragists who insisted the voice of women be heard. From all of these brave are foolish enough to believe in America's defining idea of democracy, that all are created equal, that all deserve an equal voice in shaping the laws we all live by. When our courts tell us corporations have more rights to speak than the people do, that is not democracy. When pepper spray and midnight raids make a joke of the First Amendment right to assemble, that is not democracy. When the fraud that led to our economic wreckage is not punished, but protesting these injustices is a crime, that is not democracy. Our America is not fully functioning democracy because each vote must count equally. Our America is where money buys access, which distorts our democracy. Wall Street owns Washington, and entrenched corporate interests dominate the legislative process. The laws we live by are for sale to the highest bidder. That is why our government serves the very rich and powerful at the expense of the rest of us. It protects the bonuses of bankers and the Wall Street executives, while failing to keep the hardworking families in their homes. Game and forgotten the American ideal of a level playing field. When you regard hardworking Americans...
Hold on. Let's move this way. Right here.
Is this good? Okay.
John? How is it now?
Was it too loud in the background? Do I need to start again, or should I just keep going?
You good?
Yeah.
Are you good? Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Where do I need to like go back any, or do I
You
just...
can go back a little bit.
Okay. I'll go back to here. Wall Street owns Washington, and entrenched corporate interests dominate the legislative process. The laws we live by are for sale to the highest bidder. That is why our government serves the very rich and powerful at the expense of the rest of us. It protects the bonuses of bankers and Wall Street executives while failing to keep hardworking families in their homes. It shields offshore tax havens for corporations and the very wealthy while letting our bridges, schools, and infrastructure fall apart. There have been dark periods in our nation's history when corruption becomes the norm. When grave injustices stood in the way of America living up to its best ideals. But time and time again, Americans stepped up to take back their government and correct our course. Today, Occupy Wall Street and the 99% movement steps into this proud American's tradition. We want a future where corporations are held accountable to the people and do not undermine our democracy. We want to remove money from politics so that we can reclaim our democracy. But fear not, 1%. We're not here to just help the 99%. We're here to help you too. When you've begun to think rigging the game is fair game and forgotten that the American ideal of a level playing field, when you regard hardworking Americans as undeserving of a middle-class life, and many of the wealthy pay less taxes than the middle class, when you treat the people who build your buildings and serve your food and raise your children and patrol your streets without respect, you have not only lost in touch with our humanity, you've lost in touch with your own humanity. You need to find it again for everyone's sake. This is not just about the 99% or the 1%. It's about the 100%. This is about healthy and sustainable futures. This is about the allocation of resources for positive change. We can decrease military spending, close corporate loopholes, and end offshore tax havens and enact fairer tax on corporations and the wealthy. This will raise more than $500 billion a year. This will provide for free education from early childhood through college. This will rebuild our infrastructure and create millions of jobs. This will create a green power grid that will save millions of lives and strengthen our national security. It will enable Americans greater access to health care and to reduce our national deficit. This will help end global poverty and protect our planet. All Americans will benefit from a strong, educated, and prosperous country founded on these values. All people around the world will benefit from an America dedicated to these values. We are the 99%. We are here to create the democracy we have been promised. We are the 99%. Our finances are weak, but our spirit is strong. We are the 99%, and our spring is coming. So yeah, that was it. That was the entire thing. This is the first time I've read the whole thing. It seems pretty good to me.
Hang on. Let's see if there are any questions. John? Hey, does anybody have a question for Alec? Infinity Circle from the Unity channel said you did fucking great.
Thank you. That sounds fantastic.
He says you're going to be famous.
Really? Oh, cool. That makes me
Any
nervous.
questions? So how is the situation on the ground here now?
Well, the funny thing about the situation on the ground is that at first we weren't allowed. Well, when I first came by myself, the park was completely closed. Then we got a group of people together, starting at Freedom, marching to McPherson, coming here, and they let us in. They led us up to the sidewalk across the street from the White House. But then halfway through mic checking this, they kind of pushed us out of the park because the president was coming back into the White House. And they were very civil about it. There were a couple cops who were very pushy, and there were a couple of occupiers who were kind of insulting. But all in all, there was mutual respect on both sides, and that's really what I think is important,
Okay. Any more questions? No Homeland Security.
Yeah, thank God.
They're asking about the police presence.
Mostly just normal cops and Secret Service. You know, just you know, it's like what you see at any other protest, especially if you tuned in at all for the Supreme Court protest back on the 20th. There were, I think I recognized some people from there, though I could be wrong. I have a bad memory of faces. So yeah, there was doesn't seem like, you know, they didn't bring out a riot truck. They didn't.
How about we
arrest
go over there and
anyone.
talk to the cops?
Yeah, let's talk to the cops. That's a good idea. 1 second, I have to give this back to the guy who let me borrow it. Okay.
What's your name, though, man? At least I wasn't yelling at you. They call you sir?
Oh yeah, you said you insulted them because through firemen.
Hey, whose side are you on?
No. Hey, I'm on everybody's side.
I know a lot of language. I'll tell you why. No. That's my
Now you know
my cousin died. And guess what he was trying to do? He was going to college. He got killed in the Bronx. The police didn't show up. He got killed in the Bronx, February 6, 2011. He got shot 3 times and killed. What was he doing? Driving trucks. Delivering fruits to Manhattan. Camilo. He got killed and he was in college. He was going to become a fireman. He applied.
Sounds like a comic book character.
We got no problem with fire. Why does it have to be that way?
Huh? You sound like a comic book. That's a comic book character. It's awesome. No, it's awesome.
He's not making fun of the search thing. But oh, so they gave you the nickname because people can't pronounce your name.
I apologize.
Sergio. Yeah, de donde eres? Oh, you're not? You're just Sergio?
See, this is an excellent example of,
Yeah, you don't have a Spanish accent.
you know, the barriers being taken down. I mean, not physically. There is a grate here, but see, this shows that we are not a mindless rabble, and the cops are not a faceless enemy. We are all people. We are chatting together, and it's
I'm not the
beautiful.
leader of this group. If I was leading, things would be a little different. So.
Take that shit off. Hey, where you went to school?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't think we need a leader.
See, we're talking sports. This is good. This is beautiful.
No, I will say we need sports, but we don't need a leader.
I think he's talking about the sports team.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why is he saying the picture?
Don't that dude I was just talking about your bushman?
Hey!
Him! Bushman.
See, that's a good example of. I mean, as soon as the.
I'll explain it to him.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, everybody. People were asking about McPherson Square. What happened today was they had a meeting with the mayor, Darrell Issa, and 3 members of the Black Caucus met, and it was a hearing, and the verdict was McPherson Square people will be woken up if they fall asleep. They'll be given 1 warning, and the second warning, supposedly, they'll be getting tickets. So they're increasing the pressure on the people in McPherson Square, and what will probably happen is the same thing as many of the other occupies, where they'll continue to increase pressure. And I heard that several of the people moved down to Freedom Plaza today. I noticed a few gaping spots where there used to be tents this evening. So it looks like the migration is starting to happen already.
So they're not closing down Freedom, though?
No.
Okay, I was confused. Of course, the officers became a little bit less relaxed when I showed up with the camera, so I'm gonna stay away from that because I love how relaxed everybody is. I love that people can chat casually with cops. I'm sorry, police officers, excuse me. See, this is what the Occupy movement is all about. It's bringing people together from all walks of life.
Hey, y'all not going back?
This is like a
You
nature
might want to go back
documentary.
with me?
Anyway, I think I'm gonna sign off. Not much is happening. Doesn't look like they're letting us back in, and the majority of our group has already left. So, my name is Alec D.C. Thank you for bearing with my amateur camera skills and my even more amateur commentary skills. It has been fun. It has been real. Thank you for being here in spirit, all 6 of you who are still watching. Yeah. solidarity. Talk to you later.